know that woman who walks into a restaurant and everyone discreetly looks. She's not wearing anything designer. Sometimes it's just a simple blouse, but there's something different. She knows some visual codes that most people never notice. When you discover these details, it completely changes how people see you. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Code 1. The secret is in the neckline. Look, let me tell you something that completely changed how I choose blouses. Have you noticed that some women wear basic blouses but look incredibly elegant? The secret starts with the neckline, but not just any neckline. Blouses that truly look expensive have geometrically precise necklines. Let me explain. A wide boat neck that exposes the collarbones symmetrically, or a deep V-neck that goes to the sternum and visually elongates the neck, or even a superstructured high neck. You know what almost never appears in elegant looks? That basic round crew neck. It shortens the neck and looks ordinary. It's that piece you buy for $20 and everyone has. Here's a quick test. Look at your blouse neckline. Does it form a perfect triangle? A well-defined rectangle? Or is it kind of an undefined oval? Expensive blouses always have clear geometry. Always. Imagine walking into a dinner. People won't say nice neckline, but they'll feel that there's something different, sophisticated. But the neckline is just the beginning. Code 2. The architecture of the sleeve. Here comes a detail many people don't notice. The sleeve of a blouse can be worth more than its brand. Let me show you. A straight, simple, ordinary sleeve. That's a $20 blouse. Can be any fabric. It will always look basic. Now, a sleeve with architecture changes everything. I'm talking about a 3/4 sleeve with the cuff purposely rolled. Shows intentionality. Shows you thought about the look. Or that structured puff sleeve with volume controlled exactly at the shoulders. Not exaggerated, millimetric. Or the bell sleeve, fitted at the shoulder, opens at the wrist. Feminine, elegant, impossible to look ordinary. Even a purposeful, dropped shoulder. That millimetric off-shoulder. It's not a blouse that slipped. It's strategic positioning. You know what happens? You could be wearing a basic blouse, but if it has this sleeve detail, people will think you spent $200 on it. A friend told me the other day, "Where did you buy that blouse?" It was a piece I'd had for years. The difference? Bell sleeve. That's it. And look, there's a way to wear these blouses that multiplies the effect. Come with me. Code 3. The tucked-in nobody teaches. Now comes a technique stylists use all the time, but almost no one notices. It's called the French asymmetric tuck-in. Sounds complicated, but it's super simple. You're not going to tuck the entire blouse into your pants or skirt. Just the front, just the center part. Let me explain. You take about 2 inches of the central front part of the blouse, tuck it into the pants, then you gently pull up, creating that light bubble effect, the famous blouson. The sides and back stay loose, but not messy, aligned. What does this do? Creates an instant hourglass silhouette and conveys that effortlessly put-together vibe, which is exactly the trademark of women who look expensive. Imagine, you're at lunch. Your sister-in-law looks at your outfit. She can't explain it, but she finds you more elegant. It's this detail. You don't look sloppy, but you also don't look stiff. You look intentional. But there's a combination that takes this to another level. Code 4. Layers that create sophistication. You know that look that seems like you thought about it for 20 minutes, not 2. It's layering, but not just any layering. It's the underlay technique, the piece that appears underneath strategically. Look, a thin black turtleneck under a black V-neck blouse. Let just 2-3 centimeters of the collar show. Creates contrast, creates depth. Or a basic white tank under an open transparent linen shirt. The tank shows only on the sides. Sophisticated, discreet. Or even a long-sleeve bodysuit under a thick strap blouse. The sleeve shows only at the wrist. No one can explain it, but the look becomes more interesting. This adds dimension, visual complexity. It's as if you have style codes that most people haven't mastered. And you know what happens? People notice you differently. The waiter is more attentive. The store clerk treats you with more respect. Small details, big impact. Now, there's a mistake many women make without realizing. Code 5, the style dead zone. Look, this is important. There's a dead zone in style, and many people get stuck in it without knowing. It's that blouse that's not tight, but also not loose. That's not fitted, but also not oversized. That's middle ground. This is the death of elegance. Women who look wealthy play with extremes, always. Either the blouse is ultra-fitted, like a second skin, shows the body, and then you pair it with wide pants, or the blouse is structured oversized, 2 sizes bigger, looks like you stole it from your husband, but it has structure, and you pair it with skinny pants. Extremes create proportion, create visual interest. The middle ground creates nothing. Doesn't draw attention, has no personality. Imagine 2 women at an event, one in a fitted blouse and wide tailored pants, another in a blouse that's neither tight nor loose, and pants that are neither fitted nor wide. Which looks more elegant? The first, always, because elegance is about intentional choices, not about staying in the visual comfort zone. But there's a detail in the fabric that changes everything. Code 6, the expensive blouse test. Here's a trick few people know. Want to know if a blouse looks expensive without checking the label? Crumple it in your hand and release. If it smooths itself out in about 10 seconds, it's premium fabric. If it stays wrinkled, it's ordinary fabric. Blouses that truly look expensive have 3 fabric characteristics. First, slight tactile texture, like crepe, ottoman, structured poplin, that thick, ribbed knit. You run your hand over it and feel something. It's not too smooth. Second, total opacity. You do not see the bra silhouette. Never. This screams cheap blouse from afar. Third, proper weight. The blouse doesn't fly in the wind, doesn't wrinkle instantly, has presence. These details are invisible in a photo, but in person, they make all the difference. Once I was in a store, 2 women looking at blouses. One grabbed the $45 one, light, sheer. The other grabbed the $90 one, with weight, opaque. The saleswoman treated the second one completely differently. Fabric communicates class, even if no one can explain why. And look, there's a color code that multiplies this. Before we move on to the next trick, ever feel like you dress well, but nobody seems to notice? To solve that, I created a guide showing you how to build over 150 elegant outfits using only 15 pieces, combinations that make people do a double take, and ask where you got your clothes. Links in the pinned comment and description below. Watching on your TV, pull out your phone and scan the QR code. Code 7, the elegance of subtle colors. Now comes a technique that separates ordinary looks from truly elegant ones. It's called tonal monochromatic color blocking. Relax, it's simpler than it sounds. It's wearing different colors on the blouse and bottom, but they belong to the same family. For example, camel blouse with chocolate brown pants, same family, different tones. Royal blue blouse with medium blue jeans, blues, but not identical. Cream blouse with beige pants, neutrals in gradation. You know what you don't do? White with black. It's too obvious. Everyone does it. Also, don't use exactly the same tones. Looks like a matching set bought at the same store. That $40 set vibe. And never ever mix more than 2 or 3 colors. Gets confusing. Amateurish. The technique is this. The blouse should be 2-3 shades lighter or darker than the bottom. This creates visual hierarchy, immediate sophistication. Imagine walking into a cafe, light beige blouse, dark brown pants. People won't be able to say what's different, but they'll find you elegant. It's subtle, it's refined, it's intentional. And this is the last code I wanted to share with you today. Look, when you put all this together, the right neckline, the sleeve with architecture, the strategic tuck-in, the thoughtful layers, the proportion in extremes, the quality fabric, the graduated colors. You don't need to wear designer labels to look elegant anymore. Because elegance isn't about how much you spend. It's about understanding visual codes that most people never notice. It's about intentional choices. It's about millimetric details that create enormous impact. And you know the most interesting part? When you start using these codes, people notice, but they don't know what. They just feel there's something different about you. More sophisticated, more refined, more expensive. And all of this can start with a blouse. Just one blouse. Now tell me, which of these codes did you already know? And which will you try first? Leave it in the comments. I love reading them. And if you want to discover more elegance codes like these, stay tuned for the next videos, because there are many more secrets to uncover.